afternoon. This is the video newsletter for Buy Sell Short for Thursday, April 7th. Slight down day today on the market. Dow down 17 points. We were down 100, almost 100 points early in the session, and the reason for that, the robots went crazy again today. We had news hit of a 7.2 earthquake in Japan, and a tsunami warning, of course, was issued, and the robots just went crazy. Market dropped 90 plus points in a matter of a minute or so. And, then when common sense prevailed and, the robots went out there and stole enough stops, we started moving back higher again, and common sense yet again prevailed. But it's just that kind of market right now. These algorithms, it doesn't take much to just set them off crazy. And, it is what it is. Looking at the Dow 15-minute chart, you can see we've pulled out of that bearish rising wedge that has been in place for the last 3 weeks from the St. Paddy's Day low, and now we've moved into a sideways rectangle formation. Typically, this is a bullish formation with an upside breakout usually being a very, very powerful move. Support was tested today on that drop. Let's just say 12,300 is the downside. 12,450 is the breakout. So that is the level we're going to be looking at. You can see we're about to break a downtrend line on RSI, and it looks pretty decent here. If we flip over to the daily chart, you can you don't get as clear a picture as the 15-minute chart. We continue to bounce around. We've got lots of moving average support just below. I did send out that email yesterday with some stats to give you an idea on what to expect if and when we do get a government shutdown from the teabaggers this weekend. Essentially, the last time it happened in 95, a month later, the market was 10% higher. We still have another 6 to 8 weeks of the Fed's QE2 program. So, until the punch bowl is taken away from the market, I think the bias continues to be to the upside. SMH essentially all over the place today, got smacked down 50 cents and then bounced back on that Japan issue. Last 2 days, it's been trying to break out. We briefly break through that 35.09 level, and then we fall back down. So what I'm thinking we're going to be looking for is, if you're looking to trade the SMH, a buy stop 35.20 with a $35 stop and target 36 plus sometime next week. So let's see how the cards play out on this trade. Now, the dominant theme today, of course, was energy. We had oil prices break through that 110 level, the area I called that we were going to hit last month, and 110 has hit exactly as I called. Now, the excuse they are using in the business media is the Japan quake was the reason for oil breaking out today. Oil was moving higher before the quake hit. That's just an excuse they're using. This is all about leverage. The brokers are doing exactly what they did back in 2007. What we'll probably hear, maybe in a couple of weeks, it might take a couple of months. I'm thinking a couple of funds, a decent couple, decent sized funds have gotten blown up here in the last couple of weeks short oil, and that's why we're seeing this move higher in oil, because we've got so much oil flooding around there. Libya really is not an issue. All the slack has been picked up. It's just Wall Street at its best speculating. You can see here on the oil chart, we've hit that 110 level, and when this happened back in 2007, we saw a really big spike, actually a really quick spike up to the 120 level once that 110 area broke. And that's why we jumped into some oil plays. It could be a small cap oil momentum tomorrow. The oil plays have been really sleeping over the last few days on this oil move. So we're starting to see, at least we did today, some of the small cap oils start to move. RAME, this is an oil play I picked up today, 211. Breakout is 220. This has been, trading in a pretty tight range. Stops on this one, probably the 20-day exponential at $2 is what I would be looking to do. Now, one of the penny oil plays that went kaboom today was TIV. So the fact that we saw this one go up, 13 cents, almost a 20% gain on this penny oil. I'm thinking tomorrow we're going to see some nice action in these oil plays. And of course, picked up some DEJ today. This is one we did very well on in the oil rally back in March. And we got a trend line breakout right on the close today. 44-cent break tomorrow, and we really could see a very fast move up to that recent high of 53 cents, sort of similar to what we saw in TIV today. Support at the 20-day exponential, so 40 cents. So we've got, 4 cents downside, 10 cents plus upside, especially if volume comes into this stock. Now, GMET, what's funny is they were saying the reason for oil prices up today was the Japan issue. The more earthquakes that get there, the less likely they're going to continue to use nuclear, and what they're going to move to is natural gas. Here we have a profitable nat gas play that did very, very well for us on the last move. It's right above support here. Breakout is 170, and, RSI back to the 50 level. Stochastics right back under the 50 level. This is where typically on stocks that have retraced that we usually see a very nice snapback. So picked up some of this today. We'll be looking to add it anywhere under $1.60. You can place your stops at $1.50 and some very nice upside, especially if volume comes into it on the near term. MCZ, very, very strong today. Even with the other gamer stocks selling off, this stock was very, very strong. What I'm thinking, what this stock is acting like, is some good news is coming really, really soon. You can see we've fallen into a very nice rectangle formation here. Breakout is 240. I think we get a break through that 240 level, and we'll really, really quickly see the $3 plus area. Nice setup here. Consolidating nicely, unlike, sort of like what it did when it stair-stepped back on its early days run back in December into January. Looking very, very nice going into tomorrow, and this is definitely a stock that could go on a breakout move tomorrow. IKAN, very nice breakout today on this one. The market sort of started selling off right as we were breaking out here, but it held the breakout. Very, very positive. And we closed right at the 50-day moving average at 121. RSI up to 50. Stochastic slowly building. On-bounce volume shows the funds are coming in. ADX is positive. This one looks really, really good, especially if we get a breakout move in the market over the next few days. 133 to 150 gives some very nice upside from these prices. Now, metal stocks again on fire today. The rare earth stocks just taking off and actually going to new highs in after hours. XING dumped on the open today on news that their proposed buyout of almost wholly owned subsidiary didn't get voted on, and they dumped the stock. I think it's a mistake. I think this one is setting up for a run tomorrow, a breakthrough 230 tomorrow, and we could really see this stock take off. Stops at the 20-day exponential, 213, but a very nice chart setup here. And, these rare earth stocks are going boom, and I think we're going to see a very nice snapback, especially given the candle that we have today. The last time we got a candle like this one, the next day we saw the stock pop 20 cents. So fingers crossed. Let's see if we can get some follow through on that tomorrow. DYAX. In the chat room for the last couple of days, I've been saying, watch this one very, very closely. It's about to go boom. We got a breakout today at $1.65. Only thing stopping us was the market started selling off right as it started breaking out, which is a common theme, it seems, today. But very nice setup. We've got a break through 170, and, Bob's your uncle. We're going back to 2+ on this one. RSI up through 50. Stochastics look great. Check out the on-balance volume. Over the last few days, funds have been buying this stock up, just like the insiders have over the last month. You don't see this kind of ramp in volume without a corresponding ramp in price. And what it reminds me a lot of, remember in December, or November and December, when we jumped into HNSN? Let me pull that one up. Well, here's the HNSN chart. Because it's had even higher volume, it sort of tweaks what I was looking for. But you can see right here, volume really started building on this one. And this is when we were sitting in this stock waiting for the breakout move as a January popper play. The volume preceded the boom on the price. And I'm thinking we are seeing the exact same thing on DYAX. And we are very close to a big move on this stock. And by big, I'm meaning we could easily see this stock make a run on 2 over the course of a couple of days. So keep a very, very close eye on this one. Stops $1.51. You got 10 cents downside and 25% upside. Nice odds, in my opinion. SNSS, this has been a really frustrating stock. Looks like it's ready to go, then it gets dipped. But one positive thing today, very nice bid support showed up at $2 today when the market started selling off. This one looks coiled. The next move over the 50-day moving average at 211, which probably will be tomorrow, and I think we could see a legitimate run on the 200-day moving average up there at 240. We've been seeing a lot of these higher priced biotech stocks go boom over the last couple of days. We've got a couple of nice setups here. SNSS, actually one of the ones that went boom today was one of the calls we made last week and was on the popper scan a few times, was ANX. This one was a frustrating wait, and look what it did. 25-cent move over the course of 2 days after being an annoying stock for about a week and a half. So this is what I'm thinking we're going to see on SNSS over the next couple of days. Now, one of our other bio plays, INO, this, like I said when we jumped into this Amex Bio can be a frustrating little bitch stock. Remember when we jumped into this one back in December? It did the same friggin' thing. We got in waiting for the $1.20 break. We had our stops at $1.13, went through it, triggered the stops, and then went boom and ran 50%. So at least for now, I'm thinking I'm going to place my stops at $1.08. I'm going to give it a little bit of room because I think the chart is set up here, and I don't want to miss the potential of a decent sized move. Now, if you want to, you could just sit on the sidelines and buy, set yourself a buy trigger of a breakthrough 120 and look to add on that. DDSS, piece of crap. That's all I got to say about this stock. Our stops triggered on it. I'm deleting this stock from every damn watch list I've had. I don't know how many times we've played this stock over the last year, and each and every friggin' time this stock annoys the hell out of us. It looked like it was a perfect breakout looming, and then boom, sellers appeared and down we go. So, we stopped out on this one. I don't care if it runs again. I don't care if this stock triples. I'm not playing it anymore. Fool me 5 times, and that's enough on a stock. So off to the ban list this turd goes. TLR, nice pop for us over the last couple of days, and even though gold has moved higher, stock sort of disappointed today. So it's okay to take some off or all off the table on this one and just set a buy trigger of 110. So if it breaks 110, we add this baby back and ride it up to that 130 level. So that's pretty much it for the video. Again, going into tomorrow, I'm thinking we're going to see some nice action on the oil play. So GMET and DEJ, looking for some nice moves on these tomorrow. And then MCZ looks coiled and looks ready for a really big move over the next few days. That's it for the video tonight. If you've got any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in chat room tomorrow. Good night.